What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for stopping through. Jay Hunter Lee here. We got something that we want to talk about, so let's get it. Well, if it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Folks. First of all, how you guys doing today? I'm glad you guys came through. We didn't do our Monday Motivational Power Talk this week, but this is normally the makeup for. We normally make up for that Tuesday or Wednesday evening or afternoons, per se. We want to talk about something that's serious. We want to talk about our generation, the millennials, Generation Z's and thereafter. The trending, what's going on? We need to talk. I don't want you to take things the wrong way. I'm just going to spit it the way it is, the way I see it, and the way I know most people see it, even those who refuse to admit that what they see. So we're going to go through this, right? Our topic today is high unemployment amongst our young Black women. And where is it going? That's the key. Where is it going? You guys see everything? Where is it going? Okay. That's the big question. Where is it going? We're going to have this conversation. Might not be comfortable for some to hear this. Acceptance is the first step. So we're going to get into it. Folks, I've been seeing some articles on it. I've kind of like looked over it. I looked over articles on unemployment amongst the African American community as a whole. I've been here in Florida for the past 7 years. And one thing I can say is since I've been here, I've found more unstable Black women than I've ever seen. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. There are different lifestyles. There are different pace of living in different states. Washington, D.C. is a big city, as in New York, Chicago, Philly, New Jersey. They're very fast paced. Most people up there, they do what they got to do and they do it fast. They're a little behind in the South. They're a little bit behind in the South, and that's good. That could be a refreshing thing for people like myself. One of the reasons I came here, I wanted to be relaxed. I wanted a slower pace. I wanted to enjoy the tropical atmosphere. I wanted all of that. But the natives have been here. You know, I found a lot of them are struggling. There are, when I say unstable, I'm talking about a lot of Black women, particularly millennials, who are like living from place to place. Living in their cars, not finding the job that they want to help them get over the hump. If they do, it's not paying enough for their rent because now we're facing inflation. The housing market is skyrocketing. Why? Let's start by that. Why is the housing market, the rental market, why is that going up when we're in the middle of a pandemic? First of all, you got to understand that when the pandemic happened, when it took place, all small businesses went out of business. Most of them, landlords, privately owned landlords, one-person landlords, family landlords, were forced to give up their place because rental properties became a thing where the people who were tenants were protected and they could not be evicted. While they could not be evicted, the landlords were not getting their money for the people's rent because they mandated that they can't be evicted. So what does that do to the small landlord guy? What does that happen to him? What happens to this guy? Most of them are forced to sell their properties. They lose their properties, folks. And let me tell you, when they lose their property, that means the sale of properties go up, not before the price even go up, the sale goes up. That means there's a whole lot of properties for sale by landlords who can't afford to keep them because the people they have living in it, the government won't allow them to evict them so that they can let somebody else move in that place that can pay the rent. So what happens to the little guy? He has to sell his property, folks. When he sells his property, he's not selling his property to another person like himself. He's not selling his property to a you or me, because the average person is also struggling because they're not going to work. They're not making the money that they used to make. So what happens? Developers are buying up the properties. That is the reason the real estate market is going up when everybody else is going broke, because that does not match, does it? Housing market typically goes up when people are doing well on their jobs. But this time around, it's doing this. It's doing that. So developers are buying up properties, folks, from the little guy, because the little guy can't afford to keep the property. Don't forget, you got property taxes too. And most of these landlords, they still paying a mortgage. So they use portions of the people's rent to pay the mortgage on the place that they own. Not alone taxes, then upkeep, maintenance, then you got to cut the grass. So folks, the rent going up when most people aren't even working. I can't say most people, but a large number of people aren't working. A large corporation, a developer, can afford to buy property and sit on it without making money on it. They can afford that. They have the capital to do that. Not saying that that's what they prefer to do. I'm sure they prefer to make money, but if they have to sit on it until they finally get somebody with the income that can pay the rent, they can wait for that. They have time to do it. They have the capital to do that. Your average landlord does not. So as these developers purchase these properties, they increase the rent. Go to hotpads.com. They got homes for rent, don't even have a garage, and they're selling them and they rent it for over $2,000 a month. I'm not making this up. Go to hotpads.com, HOTPADS.com. Do your diligence. Fact check me. Fact check me. Since we're in the age of fact checking, fact check that. Because I'm telling you the bone-hearted truth, folks. So if that's what's happening, in average efficiency, if it's not in the hood, an average efficiency is going to be $800-900 a month. Most people don't even have a job paying that kind of money that allow them to pay that kind of rent. So our young Black women are struggling, but they have the options to try to do what they can to make ends meet. What are those options? Dancing in strip clubs. Dancing in the strip club. Prostitution. They're willing to do whatever. I'm not saying that I praise all of these things. But what I'm saying is, folks, is they're in dying trouble right now. Young Black women. These are millennials. I've seen it. I've been here 7 years now. I go to a cigar lounge. You young guys know I go to the cigar lounge on Saturday. That's my relaxation time. During the week, I'm busy. I got, my business that I'm doing here. I got school. I got other stuff that I'm attending to in terms of other businesses that I have that's launching. Saturdays come, I go get me a cigar and have a cigar or two and relax. That's the days that I have on Saturday. And I'm at the cigar lounge. See, typically, when you go to a nightclub, guys go to the nightclub to meet women. Women go to the cigar lounge to meet men. So I'm at a cigar lounge just breezing, taking a smoke. A lot of millennial black women are coming in the cigar lounge trying to find a sugar daddy. It's rough on these women. These young women, I'm gonna tell you something, folks. That's where it's going today. And I'm going to prove that this is where it's going today in just a second. As soon as I show you an article that I came across, I'm getting ready to share my screen. I'm gonna share an article with y'all. Be ready for it. I'm gonna tag the text. I'm not gonna show you the entire article. Just gonna show you what I think is the most important parts of the article. So the screen is sharing, folks. You guys ready for it? Should be coming up in a sec. Let me get you guys ready for it. It's coming. You see that? Make the screen a little bigger for you so you guys can see this. Now check it out. This is from Business and Economy. All right. Black women continue to face high unemployment as labor market sees modest gains. So if the labor market is seeing modest gains, according to this article, then why are our black women struggling in unemployment? Let me highlight this. I'm just going to tag some text, folks. Just tag the text. I'm not going to give you the whole article. You can look this article up yourself. Look at what I just highlighted here. Unemployment rate for black women in February was 8.9%. And for Latino, it was 8.5. For white women, it was 5.2. Look how big of a jump that is. Look how big of a gap that is, folks. I want this to sit with you for a second before I go on with telling you what I want to tell you. Let's scroll down a little bit more. This is what they're claiming during the pandemic. Overall, the economy added 379,000 jobs last month, a slight bump in what has been months of stalled growth. Since September, the labor market has added a few 100,000 jobs per month and has at times lost jobs. In December, it shed 227,000 jobs. Pay attention to this, folks. Watch this. I don't want y'all to get short attention span on me now. You know I did a video on that. Let's learn something, folks. Learn something. Don't get short attention span, because I might share something that could just save your life. If you run out on this, folks, you may miss it. But for groups of color, the unemployment rate has at times increased dramatically. Increased. Let's say increase. That's not decrease. For black women, the unemployment rate has increased over past 2 months. Latinas have an unemployment rate of 8.5. The only group whose rate, check this out, the only group whose rate is higher is black men with 10.2. So like I said, black men are facing high unemployment rate too. But amongst women, this is why I want to talk about y'all, because I want to talk about where this is going amongst black women. Amongst black women. And here's the thing. I'm gonna stop sharing that because I got another screen that I'm gonna share with y'all in a second. Now, we have our women in their 40s and 50s. They talk down on our millennial black women. Some of them say, oh, they're looking for a sugar daddy, or they all in the strip club, oh, this is gross and this and that and the other. But they, at the same time, they're doing what they need to do to try to survive, right? But here's my question to our 40 and 50-year-old black women. How many of these millennials have you mentored? Another question is, Do you think, or do you have the right temperament? Do you have the right mindset, the right consciousness to mentor our millennials so they wouldn't have to go down that hole of prostitution, getting online looking for somebody to trade sex for money, have to live in their homes, or live in their cars, living from place to place, having to sleep with guys just to have a place to sleep for that night. You talk about them like they're dogs in the street, but you failed them. Just like the 40 and 50-year-old men has failed our young men. But what do we do, folks? What do we do? What do I see on social media all the time? 40 and 50-year-olds posting nothing but side chicks and real niggas all day. If your man cheat on you, would you do this? These type of posts. And we wondering why our millennials and our Generation Zs are fucked up. Look at yourself. Look at what you're posting. You see, folks, habits are often caught than taught. They see you. They've been seeing you. But you talk trash about them, but you don't want to take responsibility for the direction that they're going. See, you have too many people who call themselves coaches and speakers, and you targeting people who can afford to buy your stuff. Millennials, most of them can't afford to buy your books or to buy your program, your mentoring programs. So you worried about the money. You targeting people who can afford you instead of targeting the people that need you. That's why the Black community is screwed up, because for those of us who are supposed to be speakers, authors, life coaches, all this, tend to target people who can afford us rather than targeting the ones who need us. If you target the ones who need you, your wealth will grow tremendously. But you don't do that. You got money on your mind. You want to be looked at as a celebrity. That is much more important than trying to help and groom somebody who will be taking care of your grandparents or your parents one day, or possibly you one day. That's what you're thinking about. It's about yourself. Then you get mad at the young women, ladies, 40, 50-year-olds. You get mad at the young ladies because they are in shape. They're thin. Their bodies are still in shape. And they taking your man that's your age. You see, however you look at it, you can degrade them. You can degrade them. Let me get my, okay. Let's get these likes up, folks. You can degrade them all you want. You can say, oh, they're looking for sponsors. Or they're just looking for somebody to take care of them. Well, guess what? Whatever spin you put on it, the fact still remains that they are now added to the list of your competitors when it comes to getting a man. And you're wondering why men ain't tripping off of you no more when you start throwing attitudes. You thinking, oh, he just can't take a strong Black woman. No, he just don't have time to deal with a Black woman who wants to bring masculine energy. And you got women that's 20s and 30-year-old coming after men that don't have to do much work anymore. They're coming after older men, wanting them to take them out, wanting them to spend time with them. That's a fact. And I got receipts to back that up. I'm getting ready to show you a website to prove my point in a minute. So you can get mad at them all you want, ladies. But just you have to look at yourself, because you could have trained and mentored them. You could have taught them better. You could have taught them, hey, let's go to school. Let's go to school. Let's get your education. Don't worry about that right now. All that, the men, all that's going to be there when you finish school. Let's get your education in. Let's work on how to build your resume. Could have done that. You ain't do it. It's banging you in the ass now because there's a shortage of men right now. And just about everybody who are getting the shortage of men right now are everybody, all other women except 40 and 50-year-old black women. You might get mad at what I just said. You can fact check that too. As a matter of fact, you don't need to fact check it. Just go out. You see it for yourself. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. These younger women, they're watching what they eat. Women from other race are watching what they eat. They're exercising. I go to the gym every morning. I only see one black woman or two black women in there once or twice out the entire week. Every morning I'm in the gym, except Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday. But Monday through Thursday, I'm in there. I don't see us in there. I don't see us. Nicole Branch, good to see you. This discussion about the high unemployment rate amongst black women, young black women, and where it's going. Thank you for chiming in from LinkedIn, watching via LinkedIn right now. Appreciate you, Nicole Branch. I worked with Nicole Branch over at the IFC World Bank back in 2008-ish, I think. Good to see you, Nicole Branch. I saw your name. I said, what? That's Nicole Branch. So, folks, I'm not making this up. Our young black women are struggling, and they are resulting to things that help them survive. Some people say, oh, yeah, they just looking for a come up. Well, look at the unemployment rate amongst black women, young black women, the millennials. Look at the unemployment rate. They're doing whatever they can to survive. They keep their bodies right. They keep their bodies right. They ain't eating a whole lot of Twinkies and ham hogs and sausages and shit. They drink a lot of water, eating green foods, keeping themselves healthy. And they're after the men that y'all want that's in your age range, ladies. I'm just spitting the facts. I know it don't sound good. And I'm getting ready to prove to you. I was at the before I show you this, let me show you this story. I was at Davidoff smoking my cigar. It's a cigar lounge over in Tampa. Smoking my cigar, relaxing, chilling. Me, two other guys. See, first of all, guys in the cigar lounge are not your regular guy. These guys are bankers, business owners. A lot of them are in IT. You know, IT is especially the cybersecurity side of IT. That's money over there. So these are like a lot of guys in their six figures. All I hang with as far as guys are all 6 figure, 7 figure, 8 figure guys. Especially when in the line of business that I have. I have 4 businesses that's working. So I surround myself with other people who are successful. Because success breeds success. So I'm in a cigar lounge with these kind of guys. And God is my witness. Young woman came out. She was inside. Sometimes I sit outside, sometimes I sit inside. Depends on how hot it is that day. But this day we were sitting outside. Here's my end of God, folks. We sitting outside talking, smoking our cigars. This young lady came out of the lounge and stood outside where we were sitting. And she stood directly beside my chair. where I was sitting. She was so close, it's like her leg could have just easily just brushed up against my arm because I'm sitting back like this with the cigar cigar in my left hand. And the reason why I noticed how close her leg was, because I'm very cautious about my cigar ash bumping against other people. So I was being careful. I didn't want to bump the lady with my cigar. She ended up sitting with us. Other guy who I was sitting with said, "Lady, Miss Lady, you standing so close. Why don't you just grab a chair and sit down?" And she said, "Okay." And she did that. She told us all her story. She was 24 years old, driving I think she was driving a G-Wagon, Mercedes G-Wagon. Her boyfriend pays her an allowance of over $1,000 a week, and her boyfriend was 68 years old. She's 24. He's 68 years old. She talked about how her mother encourages her to meet and date men that is old enough to be her grandfather. I'm not telling you, I'm telling you guys the God honest truth. She sat and told us her story. He was out of town. He was out of town on travel, 68 years old, out of town on travel for business. She comes out the house, comes to the cigar lounge and looking for another sugar daddy. This woman don't work. So typically women who look good, like she was a very nice looking young lady, 24 years old. Typically women like that don't just typically meet an old 60-something-year-old guy off the street. They're not going to approach no 24-something-year-old woman off the street. 24-something-year-old woman is not going to approach no 60-something-year-old, 70-something-year-old man on the street. They typically meet them at the strip club. Old men go to the strip club, they meet one of the ladies and they got a lot of money on them. They go get a whole lot of bundles of hundreds and start putting hundreds on them. And then that's how they meet them. They become their number one client. Then their client they go from client to boyfriend. You know why they go from client to boyfriend is because a lot of these women in the strip club, unstable. They ain't got a place to stay either. They looking for a place to stay. Folks, I'm putting it out there. Putting it out there. I know a lot of people in that industry. Guys who own these clubs. I know these guys. So what I'm sharing with you folks is that is where it's going. As long as they're going to be high unemployment rate amongst young black women, that's exactly where they're going. And let me share something else with you. She also shared with me that the boyfriend that she had before this 68 years old, well, she's married to the 68-year-old now. She's married to him. But before him, she had another sugar daddy that she met. I think she said he was 72. And she met the 72-year-old on a website. Folks, I'm trying to tell you something. She met the 72-year-old. I'm getting ready to share it so God won't think I'm making this up. She met the 72-year-old on a website called, y'all ready for this? Y'all want to know the name of this website? It's called sugardaddy.com. Folks, I'm not lying. I ain't lying. Listen, y'all seen what's that movie? The First Coming to America, when my man goes, he ain't lying. Folks, I'm just showing it to you. I'm giving it to you, folks. I'm sharing it to you right now. She met her first guy on this website. This is how I knew about this website, because she told me about this website. She told, well, not just me, it was us. It was three of us. And she came and sat with us and told us about this website. And I'm saying, I'm saying, really, they actually have a sugar daddy website? And look at this, folks. When you can register, it goes, I am a sugar baby. And then you click on I am a sugar daddy. Folks, I ain't making this up. I'm like, are you serious? And you can look, you can go to browse and you can browse sugar babies or you can browse sugar daddies. Now, let me show you ladies in your 40s and 50s. Let me show you your competition. I'm gonna show you what you're up against because y'all think I make this up. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. As long as there's a high rate, look, they got between age 21 to 40. You can put a city in and look at it. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not making this up. Nicole, you like me. This was the first time. Listen, Nicole says she's a sugar baby. Nicole, I'm trying to tell you, y'all, people, I'm glad I'm showing receipts because I don't make this up. Boy, let me tell y'all something. I'm not, folks. Now, I don't know if they can, the pictures here are blurred out, but I'm letting y'all 40, 50 something, y'all. I'm letting y'all see what y'all up against. And this is a blurred out picture, but you can tell this person is standing with some thongs on. She's age 25. Let me put let me say, let me put where I'm at. I'm in Tampa. Let's say Tampa. Okay. I'm just going to put Tampa just to see if I can give a direct market. And y'all see those lists that I just showed y'all, they were like California, all kind of places. Look at this, 28 years old. This person's 30 years old. This person's 27. You got 29 years old. 25. Look, this person's 25, 30. See, folks, I'm telling you, this is y'all competition, 40, 50-year-olds. You're not taking care of your bodies. You just eating everything that's under the sun. I'm just telling you right now. And then you got attitudes. You cussing out the man for no reason, telling me he ain't no good, or saying all this, and then making memes about your man your age, talking shit about him. And y'all get mad because you say, okay, why the black man make money? He start going to the white woman. No, he ain't just going to the white women. He going to the Asian women. He going to the Philippines, the Thailand women. And now just been added to y'all list of competition is white and black women that's in their 20s and 30s that want men your age. Oh, your age. I'm going to click. I'm going to see if this works. I don't know if this works or not. Okay, this person picture is blurred, but you can see her frame through the blurred picture. So you have to be a member to actually see the actual picture of the person. Let me tell you what she said. She says, I'm looking for a sugar daddy, also a friendship, take trips and have fun. See, do you see you see where they're going, folks? Y'all think I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. She's 5'2" and she's slim. You can see her frame in the blurred picture. You can see the frame in the blurred picture. You can see that she's a small woman. I don't make this up, folks. Y'all be trying to get mad at me because I'm trying to tell you the truth. I don't know if it's international, Nicole Branch. I'm trying to tell y'all. I know Nicole Branch gonna set herself up on the on the site. You see? Don't make this up, people. Let me show you another one. Here's another one. You can't see the picture. I don't have an account, so it's going to show blurred. But if you want you to take a look at this, you can see this is showing her bottom half, her legs up to her hips. You can see that she's a slender woman, keeping herself in shape. She says she's looking for she's 31 and she's looking for, check this out. I'm going to highlight what she's looking for. She's 31 years old and highlight. She says looking for a 40 through 60-year-old sugar daddy. 40 through 60. She's 31. See, I'm showing you what y'all competition are. Y'all keep talking all this bull crap about men. You know what I'm saying? Following this cancer culture, cancel culture, and a man can't even speak to y'all no more without y'all even ready to cancel a man out. She said, I'm 26. Now, look, she put 31 here, but she's actually 26. She said, I'm 26 and looking for a sugar daddy. I'm fun and will make you laugh. I'm a great eye candy when you need it, and in a dirty toy when you need that. She said she's a dirty toy when you need that. I need a monthly allowance. See, she need a monthly allowance, and as long as you keep me happy, I'll keep my daddy happy. Folks, I'm just telling you exactly what they're putting out here. This is exactly what they're putting out here. And as you can see, her body frame right here, the woman is in shape. I'm not making this up, folks. Y'all think I'll be playing with y'all? I had a similar conversation about this before with y'all, and y'all, some of y'all got upset. Some of y'all got upset. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Not making this up. Hey, I'm telling y'all, unemployment rate is high amongst our black women, man. This is what they, this is what they look to. This is what they're looking to. Sugardaddy.com. This woman you just saw, she said she want a monthly allowance. She want a monthly allowance. You think about a guy who making 6 figures, he can afford to do that. A multimillionaire can afford to do that. So here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing. You can call it whatever you want to call it. You can degrade these women. You can degrade the men who are going and getting these women. You can do it all you want. But here's what the facts are. They're taking y'all men. That's the fact. If anything, you need to find out who these women are, find out what the hell they're doing, and why they're winning. Instead of hating on them, now the role should be reversed, because you should have been mentoring these women to learn how to build their resumes, get some education. You should have been educating them and mentoring them. Now it seems like for a time to get a man, they need to mentor y'all. Don't get mad. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. That's a fact. Not making it up. Not making it up. Should have been showing them how to get the resumes. They would have stayed in their age group. I got a text message from somebody who had asked for my phone number from a mutual friend. Mutual friend gave my phone number to this person, to this young lady, without my consent, because they thought that I would be okay with it. I don't give my phone number out. My phone number is slowly converting over to a business number, because of my business, my 4 businesses is going to take up all my line phone time. So eventually I'm going to be doing all businesses through that number. So I'm not taking in too many personal calls these days. But this person gave that person my number. That person sent me a picture of themselves, because they saw me, but I didn't know who that person was. But they saw me and asked somebody that I knew I was hanging out with that time, who was I and was I involved, and asked them for my number. She texted me and said, I saw you and would like to know if you let me to come over and spend the night. Sent me a picture of herself, half nude and everything, and then asked, she's trying to pay her, I think she said a car either car insurance or her rent. One of the two. It was like $379, something like that. And that's what she said she needed. And one of us to come spend the night. What? They are that bold. They are that bold. And y'all 40 and 50-year-olds thinking the guy's supposed to just come chase you. Why? When you got young women like that coming to guys your age and he ain't got to approach them, why should he chase you? I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I'm just telling you, I'm just speaking for every man out there. You got an attitude, you got a PhD, and that's another thing, ladies. A man, well, I'm gonna say a man, I'm gonna say alpha males. We don't give a shit about your PhDs. We don't care about your employment status. That's why y'all have a problem. Beta males only cares about that shit. And alpha don't care. Alpha cares about two things about a woman. She look nice, one, and two, she's feminine. She look nice, and two, she's feminine. That is what alpha males are into. They don't care nothing about your PhDs. They don't care about how much money you make. They don't care about that. They don't want your PhD. They don't want your money. Because an alpha male is in a position to take care of you regardless. So when you got a woman who is in shape, who's two times younger than you, who's looking for that, guess what happens? They win. They'll get that out of an alpha male who is single, who's looking to have a lady in his life. And they're winning. Y'all need to find out how they're winning. You're not listening to the man. Maybe you need to go listen to the woman who's taking your man and see what the hell it is that they're doing. Because when the man try to tell you this, you argue with them. How you gonna say that? See, that's what I'm talking about. Bye. Pew! And in your mind, oh, he can't stand a strong black woman. That's not a strong black woman. That's a black woman carrying masculine energy. That's not your job. An alpha male's job is to carry masculine energy. That's what we're good at. I hope y'all taking this in. You can get mad, you can curse, you can call us all kinds of names. You can call these women all kinds of names. You get a young Asian girl with six packs in her abs and look nice. And yeah, they starting to get booties nowadays. Look at them. I'm not doing this to down anybody. I'm not doing this to talk shit about you or talk. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you what's exactly out there. If you go out there and you see for your own eyes, you would understand. You would see exactly. You would know that I'm telling you the bone-hearted truth. I'm not making that up. I just showed you the website. I just showed you the website. This girl was 24 years old with a 68-year-old husband on a website called sugardaddy.com. She met her first boyfriend before she got married to the 68-year-old. She was with a 72-year-old that she met off this website that her mama told her to get on and join. Here's another one. Her name Lexi. She's 27 years old. She's 27 years old. Look at, you can tell with her frame. You could tell her frame that she's in shape, that she has a nice body. You can tell that. And look what she says here. I'm gonna highlight what she just says right here. Looking for a 45 to 60-year-old sugar daddy. 45 to 60. This woman is 27 years old. Y'all can get mad about it. You can say, oh, she ain't doing but a horn. But guess what? Them horns, or whatever you call them, is taking your men. This is what she's into. She said what she's looking for: movies, dinner dates, beach, shopping, travel companion. A man is making six figures They ain't got no problem taking a woman that looks good out on a trip out to Dubai. Have no problem taking a woman to a trip to Dubai or to the Caribbean that's making six figures and single. Ain't got no problem with that. And because you know what this also says? That if it don't work out, he can just go on his way. She can go away her way. They're just saying this is what they're looking for. No problems, no drama, no talking shit. You got to understand, women, ladies, the unemployment rate amongst young black women is extremely high. Extremely high. I've seen a lot of women here living from place to place, living in and out their cars, living out of their storages. Their families won't fuck with them. And I'm sure there's a reason why their family won't fuck with them. Won't have them live in their house. I know there's a reason. But for one, it's hard to have a grown person living in your crib that's not doing nothing. But a man making 6 and 7 figures, well, he wouldn't mind that. If it's a woman that looks good, that could be a companion to him, he don't mind that. Taking care of a woman that's younger than him, that's looking nice, keeping herself nice, won't let herself get out of shape. That's just the way it is, folks. You might get mad at me for saying that. I might lose a friend or two on Facebook for saying that, but for God's sakes, I'm telling you the truth. You go to the average cigar bar. Well, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, go to Davidoff on the weekend, Fridays and Saturdays. Go to Davidoff. Watch how many in Davidoff. And guys don't even. They have dressed up when they go to Davidoff. Some guys come out there with thong flip-flop shoes on, with no socks on, just got their feet out down and got money. Women are overdressing to impress guys who are just down there chilling with sweatpants, sweat shorts, and flip-flops at the cigar lounge. Just taking a pastime to come down to the lounge and smoke a cigar, and you got women dressed up like they at the NBA All-Star game, looking for an NBA husband. In there looking for a man that can take care of them. I'm not making this up. Go to your average cigar lounge. I don't care where you are, DC, Maryland, Virginia, Tampa, Florida, Miami, LA, Vegas. You go to a cigar lounge, you will find black women, mostly, overdressed, wearing the tightest skirts, in there looking for a man. Most of them don't even smoke cigars. How you doing, Erica Spofford? Most of them don't even smoke cigars. They there because because that's where all the men are that's making money. The men that's going into the clubs, following the lady, those are not the ones. The real men, the alphas, they at the cigar lounge. That's why they go to the cigar lounge. They don't care about no club. They go to the cigar lounge to find alphas, to find a man, to find the man with 6, 7 figures. I'm just saying. And these women got tight bodies. Most of them. I'm just telling you guys what it is. These women can look good. I don't care how much unemployment these women are facing. They will always find some clothes to look good in. That's one thing about black women. Y'all can be the brokest of the broke. But when y'all ready to go out, y'all know how to put on some clothes. That's a fact. Might not got no money. I don't know where the hell you get these clothes and these stilettos from, but you be finding them. And y'all asses be coming out there looking for that man. And these women I see coming out here, folks, I'm telling you, these women look like they fresh out of high school. Fresh out of high school. I'm like, y'all need to go to the local basketball game or something. They coming up there looking. Just like that young lady did, stood by my arm. And I almost burnt her with my damn cigar ash. Till one of my boys said, "Man, young lady, why don't you go ahead and grab a seat?" She was happy to grab a seat and sit by us, and told us her story. How she was on that website, sugardaddy.com. How it's been hard for her to find a job. This woman didn't even know how to write out her own resume, even if it was wrong. She didn't know how. She didn't know where to start to build her own resume. She didn't even. I mentioned about going on Word or going online and look up a resume template. She didn't even know what that resume template was. But she got a 68-year-old husband at 24 that is a multimillionaire and pays her allowance and bought her a brand new Mercedes truck. And when he went out of town, she came right to the cigar lounge to find another sugar daddy she wanted to hang out with for that night, to spend money on her just for that night. She was honest about it. All because it's hard for her to get a job. And I asked her, I said, so what makes you so attractive to men that age? She said, one, I look good, I take care of my body, and I don't have a lot of kids. You might get mad at me, but that was her words. She said, soon these girls start having all these kids, that's where they mess up. Because a man ain't gonna try to take care of no other man's kids. She said, are you talking about a sugar daddy? He want all his time to be with you, not with the kids. So if you got 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4, 5-year, he don't want to be interested in you. These young girls don't even want to have kids because they want sugar daddies. Sugar daddies ain't got time to be taking care of like grandkid type kids. I'm telling y'all the truth, man. These women, you see, y'all talk about them. If you're 40, 50, but you ain't mentor them. You ain't teach them how to build a resume. You ain't teach them what you knew. Think about everything that's going against you. You ain't mentor them. Then you talk shit about the men your age that you with. Talk shit about them. Give them a hard time. Yeah, I'm not saying that all the men do all the right thing. We fucked up too as black men, and I say we because I don't separate myself from my people. So all as a whole, we're fucked up, but we can't come together and build another. We can't come together and make life better and easier for ourselves without the attitude. I heard somebody say it before, white women go to college for an education, but black women go to college to be independent. Not that I agree or disagree with that. But what I can tell you is most black women think that that she's good for a man because of her education and her job. And it's not. That's for you to have. It's not for a man. That's not for us. We can give two rat's asses about it. We'll congratulate you. But that doesn't make us interested in you. That will make a beta male interested in you. Why? Because a beta male wants to live off of you. A beta male wants to ride in the passenger seat of your cars. A beta male wants to impress you and try to tell you what they can bring to the table. An alpha male owns the damn table. An alpha male has a castle already. An alpha male won't come living in your house. You come live in an alpha's house. That's the difference. And alphas are rare breeds now. Rare breeds today. We live in a soft culture today. We live in a country that is soft. You can't say anything damn near that typically comes from a masculine man without being canceled. We can't say damn near anything masculine without being canceled. And because you black women are so angry with us for being hard asses so much, you support the agenda to cancel strong black men. So what do black men do? They get sugar babies. They get Asian women. Some get white women. Some get Ethiopian women. And all of them are your competition. And it's biting you in the ass, and you turn around and talk shit about, oh, when he get money, he go and do this. He go with that woman. No, he was with you. He can still have you. You can still have him. All you have to do is listen to what we're trying to tell you. Because now you got a new competition added to your list. And that is fine, sexy millennials. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. And ladies, if you go back, if you want to say, oh yeah, they just looking for a come up, or they're looking for sugar daddy, but let me share something with you. I want you guys to look up the origin of man. Men has always taken care of women. Always taken care of women. Women, I'm talking about way beyond the ancient Babylonians. You look it up, you read it. I ain't talking about on Google. You might not find it on Google, because God don't think Google wants you to know that. You're gonna have to go to some libraries and look up your history as man, not as black people or religion. I'm talking about origin of man, not culture, but origin of man. Always taking care of women. Always. Look at a lion's herd. Who takes care of the herd? The male lion. See, today, you women want you want your man to be emotionally available. If that's what you want, you need two people in your life. You need a girlfriend or a beta male. And I guess that's why beta males is getting all the nookie today, because they are emotionally available. That is not an alpha male, folks. It's not an alpha male. Alpha male is the backbone. He's the support. You have a herd of lions. The lioness look to the other lioness for emotional support. The male lion is there as the overseer, as a protector. That is what man, the origin of man, is about. But you live out your origins, though. You can tap each other on the ass, ladies. You can go to the restroom together. You do feminine things together, because that's how you're wired. That is your origin. The man protects you both, or the three. That is how it's always been. But you got a problem with a man living out his origin. That's why you're losing. That's why you're losing to other cultural women. That's why you're losing to the millennials. Because they figured it out. You haven't. You still think it's about your PhDs. With over $250,000 of PhD debt that you probably never won't pay off. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. So what did I share that relates to high unemployment rate amongst Black women? Everything I just shared with you just now, after that, is where it's going. Everything I just said is where it's going. So you're saying, oh yeah, they ain't getting new jobs, but yeah, they looking for men to take care of them. Well, that means they are reverting back to the origin of woman. She's always taken care of by the man. When you learn that, ladies, 40s and 50 years old, 50-year-old, when you learn that, you're going to have men knocking on your door. But they ain't knocking now. I know they're not. They might be in your inbox. That don't mean they're knocking on your door. Because more than half of you start talking. As soon as you open your mouth, you run them off. And then you talk shit about them for being in your inbox by putting it on social media. Won't y'all stay out of my inbox and all that bullshit? And guess what? As you were saying, it's just like they're in your inbox. They're also avoiding the millennials that's coming in their inbox. But you're turning them right back to the millennials, and that's who's taking them from you. The Asians taking you from you. All kind of cultural women are taking them from you because you're pushing them off. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. And I'm not telling you to lower your standards. I'm not saying that. But you need to understand an alpha. You need to learn how to walk a man through his resume. If you want to know if he's the right man or not, you need to learn to walk him through his resume. Take him out of his element. I'm sorry, not take him out of his element, take him to his element, and he'll show you who he is. If he's a pool player, then have your first date. Don't make your first date be where you want to go. Make your first date be in his element. Let's go to the pool hall. That's his element right there. You want me to tell you why that happens? Because when he is in his own element, he will show you exactly who he is. When you take him out of his element on the first or second date, he got to think of being on his best behavior. But take him to his element. He'll show you who he is off the break. Is he an alpha? He'll show you. Is he a beta? He'll show you that too. And the choice is yours. Do you want a beta male or do you want an alpha male? If you want an alpha male, then you're going to have to get in line and act like a feminine woman. No, don't act like a feminine woman. Just be feminine because you're feminine from the birth, from the origin. Don't try to give him no masculine energy because you're going to get return masculine energy and it may hurt your feelings. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Unemployment rate is high amongst Black women. They are living an unstable life. They stand from one place to another. Some stand in their cars, some stand in their storage. And they figure if they can just be a good woman to a man, they will have some place to live. They'll have a good meal. They'll be able to travel. And that's all not just a 6-figure or 7-figure man, but just an alpha male. That's all he ever want anyway. A woman to be feminine. You have feminine, you have masculinity. That is the law of polarity. The law of polarity. That's a universal law. The opposites. You have north, south, east, west. You have negative and positive. But guess what? Negative and positive cannot work properly unless they're working together. You didn't know that, did you? Prime example, this light only works because negative and positive working together. Your car only starts up because the negative and positive on your battery is working together. When you have femininity and masculinity working together, that's harmony. When you got a woman trying to be masculine, it's going to cause conflict. When you have a man trying to be feminine with a woman, that's going to cause conflict. That is why there is no fucking such thing as a man being emotionally available. Ladies, cut that shit out. You're trying to make a punk out of your man. These millennials get it. These women right here get it. Your competitions, these women here get it. They get it. I'm going to put Washington, D.C. here. Let me do this before I go. Put Washington, D.C. in there. My hometown. See? Washington, D.C. It's still running. Like I said, folks, I didn't make this up. Did I put Washington, D.C.? Yeah, I put it in there. Here we go. No, it's still saying Tampa. I might not have put it in there right. I mean, let's go to Los Angeles. Let's do Los Angeles. It's going over to the west side. All right, west side. 31 years old. She's 26. Click on the 26-year-old. You can see her frame here. Sexy, curvy, redhead, looking for a generous companion to spend time with. See? She looking for somebody between 35 and 55. See? 35, between 35 and 55. She's in LA. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me, folks. The reason why I'm showing you this is because I'm showing you the receipts. This is 25 years old. She's looking for somebody between 40 and 60. Sugar daddy. 40 and 60. Between 40 and 60, and she's 25. She's 25. She's 25. You can see right here that she's in shape. You can see right there she's in shape. I have not seen, since I've showed you out, ladies, show y'all this site. I have not seen. Actually, you know what? She says 25, but she's saying she's 20. She's only 20 years old. Look at that. And she's finishing nursing school. She's only 20. 20. They get it. They out front with it. All you got to do is just be feminine. That's all Alpha want. A feminine woman who keeps herself up. That's it. A man judge a woman on their looks. A woman judge a man on what he can provide. Yes, looks plays a part, but typically on what he can provide. I know I got some people deleting me after this video, but I'm just sharing you guys what the truth is. Unemployment rate amongst Black women is high. Any kind of way that they can live life and survive, but with inflation going on, they're going to do what they got to do. They're going to go to the cigar lounge. They're going to put their best outfits on, go to the cigar lounge, and they ain't got half shirts with their stomach big and hanging out. They ain't got a half a shirt and a whole stomach. Knees look like coconuts. They keep themselves upright. They're keeping themselves in shape. So with that being said, folks, share this video. If this video wasn't for you, if what I said kind of rubbed you the wrong way, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. But because you guys saw, I showed you some receipts. I showed you some facts. Are you mad at the fact that I brought it up? I'm sorry about that too, but I had to share it because we're losing each other. Really, our 40s and 50-year-olds, we are losing each other. Really, literally. But share the video because I'm sure this video is going to be for somebody this will help, even if it's not for you. Let's get these likes up too. I want to thank y'all who have been liking. I want to thank those who've been joining via Twitch, twitch.com. Thank you guys for stopping in on Twitch. Thank you guys who are watching from YouTube. Erica Spotsford is watching from YouTube. Thank those who are watching from LinkedIn as well. I saw Nicole Brand. She's watching from LinkedIn. Thank you, Nicole. Those who are watching from the Tampa Bay Friends and Events group on Facebook, thank you. Those who are watching via my business page, Jay Hunter Lee, thank you guys. And those of you who are watching my personal page, I want to thank you guys as well. Do me a favor, folks. You can see on the bottom here, you see my Cash App, $ Jay Hunter Lee. I do ask for small donations. I do not ask for a lot of money. I don't need a lot of money. I don't need your money. I'm okay with money. All I ask for is that you donate to the podcast. Jay Hunter Lee, $ Jay Hunter Lee. Here could be $5, $10, $15, $20. Nothing over $20. Nothing over $20. I'm not asking for a lot of money. I don't need it. I'm okay with that. If you do send me a lot of money, I will reject it and send it back. because it's not about me. I don't need your money. This is simply for the podcast. Eventually, it's going to call for some upgrades. Eventually, we will be doing some upgrades on the podcast, equipment, stuff like that. So that's what it's for. It's typically for that. You're contributing to it so that I can continue to bring the content to you. That's all the donation is for, folks. So with that being said, I want you to do me one bigger favor, and that is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.